Hello everyone, it's Jordan here with another full self-driving 13.2.2 video in Manhattan. We're gonna do a route in which I got several requests for. It's a torture test for the car. It's also kind of a torture test for myself. We're going to take the car through the bridge tour, I guess is what we'll call it. We're gonna go downtown on the FDR. We're gonna get on the Brooklyn Bridge. We're gonna drive through downtown Brooklyn. We're gonna drive through Greenpoint. We're gonna go over the whatever bridge this is here. Then we're gonna go over the 59th Street Bridge. We're gonna drive uptown. We're gonna drive on the FDR all the way up to the very famous GW Bridge, cross Bronx Expressway over here. I expect it to mess up. We're gonna make a big U-turn in New Jersey because we don't want to spend too much time there. Sorry, New Jersey people. And then we're going to come back down on the West Side Highway and end our trip on the Upper West Side. This is an insane drive. I don't know why I put myself through this except for the science of FSD videos. Do I expect it to be more technically challenging than the last video I did down in the financial district? No. Do I expect mapping data to throw us off at the multi-level bridge areas? Probably. So let's see what happens. As usual, just press FSD to get started. We're double parked behind a car that's in the bus lane. We're gonna have to get into the bus lane here, which is totally legal. I just would assume the car is going to get out of the bus lane relatively quick. All right, and we're off. And look at that, it actually immediately exited the bus lane here because there's no arrow. I guess it sees it as the bike lane. There's a little bike symbol there. It's an interesting interchange. It's got to get all the way over here. Very nice. Very narrow entrance ramp. And we've got to get on very quick. There's a police car behind us. There we go. So we're approaching the Brooklyn Bridge entrance ramp. This area is a little bit complicated, I will say. It's definitely a strange switchback entrance to the bridge, not like your standard bridge entrance. You also definitely need to stay in the right two lanes if you want to get on the bridge here, so the car is doing the right thing. If you want to go past the bridge, you stay in the leftmost lane. But these two exit lanes right here do go right into the bridge. It's a very tight entrance ramp. I've only attempted this once before with the car. In a prior version, it was pretty scary. Someone didn't see the entrance ramp there. Okay, we're getting on the bridge the correct way so far. I'm always nervous about this because there's a lot of roads layered. FSD doesn't necessarily follow the correct route every time because the mapping isn't great, as I mentioned. You can see that there's a lot of roads stacked here. So far, it's doing great, though. Gonna definitely pay close attention to what the car is doing here. It's kind of high speed as we switch lanes right on the bridge entrance ramp. Wow. Okay. That's a high stakes move. Totally legal though. You go around this somewhat complicated entrance to the bridge. Okay, and it's gonna have to merge over pretty quickly, I think. No, it doesn't actually have to merge. It just has to stick in this lane. But it's going to move into the middle lane, which honestly I'm fine with. I think we have to get to the leftmost lane to get to Tillery Street here. Let's see what it does. I get very confused even on these bridges. This is not easy driving whatsoever. Cool view though. I'm sure it looks great on the GoPro video. Oh yeah, look at that. Really unique view. Very cool. The car's driving very cautious on the bridge. I'm happy with it. The speed limit's 25, it's going 35, 37. It's pretty much within the flow of traffic. The car behind me is driving way over the line. But we're dead center. Here we go. Keep the cameras up for a little bit. As I was saying, this car to my left is really hugging the middle. Look at that. This person is not cool driving on the bridge. I do not understand what they're doing. Okay, put the map this away so we can see the map. We gotta get to the left, I think. Come on. It's gotta slow down to let this car in. It's gotta get over real quick. Look at that. So sick. Off to our next stop, which is somewhere in the middle of Williamsburg, and then through Greenpoint and the 59th Street Bridge. Another very tight area of the New York City adjacent areas. We got to get into this construction lane. This person decided they were just gonna walk. Car tapped the brakes. This is exceedingly tight. Gonna fit. I should be able to do this without an issue. Just go slow. We come up to a stop sign. Very tight area here. Oh boy. Creeps through very slow. Saw the guy with the stop sign. I guess he was waving me on. The car noticed that. Seems that I picked the worst areas of Brooklyn and Manhattan to come drive the car. Oh man, why do I have such good and bad luck? It's gotta clear this. This is like almost like a weird blind turn. Okay, lots of construction, lots of bad road conditions. Nails it. So we did just do this and we made the right, but now we're going straight. It's gonna have to get into the left lane here, which it does quite beautifully, and then we're gonna have to get on the highway, but you do not want to get all the way into the left lane. You want to stay in this lane, which is what it's doing. People actually park here, which is quite ridiculous. we're getting onto one of the worst roads in all of New York, the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. We hate this road. This is not a bad section though, I think. Let's see, I think it's thinking about the whole thing. Where do they pick? Oh, is it gonna pull in here and just park? Let's let it think about its life. It did. Oh, that's so interesting. I've never seen it do that. It parked a little bit beyond where the spot was, or a little bit before the destination, because it saw there were no spots ahead. That's very unique. I like that. All right, let's just continue the drive. I don't know if we can do this in one turn. It can. It goes nice and slow. We're ready to roll. Okay, so we have to get in the left lane here quickly, like really quick. I don't know if it's gonna be able to do it. Come on, you can do it. Ooh, and it gets right in front of this truck behind the Nissan. Wow, look at this. This is crazy execution. And it's gotta go up and under. There is a red light underneath here. Does it see it? It does. Look at that angle on that red light too. That's hilarious. It does not want to block the street, which it shouldn't. I don't really know where the stop line is here. This is probably where I would stop also. What the hell? There is a whole like crosswalk here. I guess it sees that on the occupancy network. Wow. All right, so we don't have a stop sign here. So we have to wait for cross traffic to stop. And it's completely blind. I can't really see anything. It probably could go now. Oh, and this person is crossing the street. That's really great. Look at that. So much time. Got the person crossing the street. That's where humans are fatally flawed. I'm looking to the right to try to make sure I'm clearing cross traffic. I can't also look straight. I'm probably in the minority of people who would have ran into that guy. But I probably would have hit him. tap the accelerator. See if it cuts this person off. Ooh, it does. That is risky. Highly illegal. It should have gotten in the right lane sooner. We'll count that as an intervention. I did tap the pedal, and it also did something quite risky there. I probably should have just taken over, but I didn't. It's a very complicated little intersection, but respect for the car for trying something crazy? Sure. Just gonna cut the wheel. And I think that's probably it. Okay. For the record, when it cut everyone off there and just made that right-hand turn, I was expecting the pedal tap to just force the car to go straight. I did not expect it to cut everyone off. That's a pretty insane maneuver. I'm glad that it did it because the route would have been all messed up, but at the same time, like, that's pretty illegal. It's a very New York move right there. We're just gonna continue forward. Or I guess in this case, backwards. And it's gonna swing us right out and move forward. And we're good to go. So we have to get on the 59th Street Bridge here. This is a pretty challenging entrance ramp. I'm not even sure how you exactly do this. I think we take the upper roadway entrance here. You gotta go really slow. There's a big divot and it goes nice and slow. Look at that. Wow, this is a wonky entrance ramp. All right, so it's got to get on this bridge. I get very nervous. This bridge has some of the worst navigation configuration. All right, we're good so far. This is 2 ways. I don't even know. Is it 2 ways? Looks like it's 2 ways, but I actually don't even have a clue. This is so confusing. So it's 1 way. Maybe it used to be 2 lanes. This is so sketchy. Doing good so far. We're gonna get road work on the bridge. That would be something else. Get a little bit on the entrance ramp. This is so sketch. And we're heading back into Manhattan here. No hands. This is so sketchy. Oh boy, we're good. I hate driving on this bridge. Gap between bridges. And we're on. Now it looks like they started to repave the 59th Street Bridge at least. this is a good interaction. There's a truck that's pulled out. Is it going to go all the way around it? Goes nice and smoothly all the way around, and look at that. So beautiful. The routine driving in Manhattan is actually pretty boring now. I mean, I need to seek out ridiculous scenarios like that in order to even get a good drive or an entertaining drive. It just drives through the grid system so smoothly. Really doesn't make many mistakes, if any, in this area. You know, the occasional right on red like mess up would be I guess anything. Ooh, it's gonna go around this bus to stay in the middle lane. I like that. Look at that. Aggressive. Here. Alright. Well, it's a good drop-off spot if you were trying to go to this place. The cars are going around me. And let's continue on to what I am looking forward to as one of the more complicated parts of the drive. We're going to take the FDR, we're going to go up over the GW Bridge, and we're going to turn around, and we're going to come back down to the West Side Highway. This is a very toll expensive drive for me. I do it for science and for Tesla. If the Tesla guys see this, I'll take a Starbucks gift card for my for the tolls. Thanks. Bus is just cutting into my lane. Wow, that's crazy. The car did the right thing there and just kind of like pulled over a tiny bit and like let the bus figure it out. That's terrifying. Now it's sitting behind the bus. Look at this bus, just in and out of the lanes. This is crazy. Scary bus. Alright, and this is a pretty insane situation. People are kind of cutting off the cars. Alright, well, that guy cleared the intersection. And then it's like an immediate merge. Flawless. Now we're about to enter the FDR going north again. This is a very narrow entrance ramp. Jeez, that's narrow. Gotta get over right away. And we're technically in Harlem right here, I believe. This is the Harlem River. This is the entrance to the, what is it, Ward's Island Bridge. This is Ward's Island. This is a mental institution on our right. So we're about to be at the FDR, or the end of the FDR, and getting on the GW Bridge here. The video does not do it justice, just how narrow the lanes are everywhere we've been driving. That whole FDR section, the lanes are so narrow. The car's staying perfectly in the middle. It's so impressive. And now we're about to go onto the GW Bridge. This is a really sketchy, very vertical approach for the bridge, in my opinion. I've done it many times. I'm very used to it. But this is not an easy interchange whatsoever. Just to watch it navigate this is very, very nerve-wracking. My hands are ready to go if I need to take over. I hope I don't have to, but we'll see. Just gonna keep it going. It's just a very... You really gotta be paying really close attention. Look at this interchange. This is where the highway stack really shines here. Needed to stay in the right lane, it did, otherwise we would have ended up in the Bronx. Okay, so it's ready to go. This is where I've seen the car just do weird shit, because it doesn't know, I don't know if it should be in the upper or the lower level here. I think the car wants to be in the lower level. No trucks, okay. That's really an aggressive move. It got in the left lane, realized that that's the wrong area, got in the right lane. As long as it does not get in the rightmost lane, then we should be good. This is just pure mapping insanity. There's like a building on top of us. And this is the most famous section, I guess, of the, is this the Bronx Expressway? Built by none other than Robert Moses. Destroyed a lot of communities in this area of the Bronx by building this whole area. But it is such a complicated interchange. You can see I'm pretty comfortable giving a history lesson while it's doing the drive. Let's see how it goes so far. As long as it meant to be in the left lane or in the lower level, which I think it did, then we should be good. The lower level is no trucks, the upper level is the truck side. As a car, you much rather be on the lower level of the GW, except the view is not as good for the video. Alright, and we're getting back on the highway to go back over the GW Bridge here. After a quick detour into New Jersey, kind of make a big circle there. It's a very, very hard yield into traffic. It's like effectively a zero gap entrance ramp. You have to go immediately. There's really no space. It's gotta go right now. Ooh, it's gonna do it perfectly. Look at that. That's a really tough merge. High speed, not a lot of room for error. Should stay right. I do not want to get in the upper level. Oh man, $17 to do this. $17. We're gonna go through the toll booth. It's got to slow down a lot. We have an easy pass. $17 to go on this bridge. Not to count the Brooklyn Bridge, the toll in Long Island City, and the toll coming back over the bridge, I believe, actually there may only be toll one way on the GW, I'm not sure. Still, trying to get that creator money. There you go. Okay. does here. So it's got to get off exit 1. I don't know what you do here. Ooh, actually I think, see, it made a mistake. Uh-oh, it made a mistake. This is a routing error. Let's see what it does. See, it's trying to figure itself out. It thinks it's off the highway. This is what I was saying. The mapping data is not good over here. And very easy to make this kind of mistake, and it tries its best to reroute. It's trying so hard. It thinks that they can just make a right here. It cannot. Oh boy. Okay. It has to make some crazy interchanges here. Well, I guess I gave the car a much harder task. It's got to do like this double switchback. Okay, it's got to get off here, go right on Amsterdam Avenue. I thought we were going to get through the whole drive with no mapping issues in these areas, but it's impossible. I mean, how do you do this correctly without knowing the area? It beats me. This is the right move. It should not cut the semi-truck off. It's got to squeeze in here. Otherwise we'll be sitting here for a while. This is so sketchy. Oh boy. Okay, we're good. The other truck's letting us in. There's another crazy yield. Got to yield out to this traffic. It should stay in the right lane. It does. Whew. Okay, just stay right. Do not get in the left lane. We're not going back over this, so it has to get over to exit 1A here. If it does not do that, then it is a complete fail. I'll give it one reroute through, I gave it one reroute through, and now it's got to get over to 1A. Okay, this is a crazy interchange. Well, makes for more FSD content. I thought the video was almost done, but instead we get more psychopath decision making from the car. Come on, just please get over. I really don't want to go through this again. Right lane must exit. The GPS says the middle lane does exit. If I don't take this, I will end up back in New Jersey. And I will take over this time because I do not want to go to New Jersey again. Okay, and it is taking the exit. This is a sketchy exit. Oh boy, it's so short. Is it going to do this? Okay. Okay, and then it's got to go south on the Henry Hudson. So actually, it's kind of good it stayed in the leftmost lane over here. All right, good. Wow. All right, well, made a mapping mistake. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt on that. That's a pretty sketchy area. Oh man. All right, well, we're getting on the Henry Hudson now. It's passenger cars only. We need to get over to get to the downtown side. This is also one lane. Right here. This is a really sketchy interchange. over here. That's pretty much going to end the drive. Oh man, that's a crazy one. No disengagements. You can count my pedal tap over to cut those people off as an intervention, I guess. Other than that, I did not touch the gas or the brake pedal. I did not do anything. If you don't think Tesla's going to sell FSD in the next year or two, I think you're probably a bit naive at this point. The car drove nearly perfect, and I think pretty much everything was navigation related. And humanity has solved GPS-based navigation many times before. I'm sure the Tesla team's gonna get that part resolved pretty soon. I think that's it for today. So thanks again. If you're watching on X, follow me and like the video. If you're on my YouTube, subscribe. And till next time, have a good one.